Hola again. Last time we left Cordoba standing on the threshold of the Dark Middle Ages. Meanwhile, at the other side of those worlds, another religion and another empire were born and started to grow. Bedouins on the Arab Peninsula started belief in Allah and formed the Persian Caliphate, with Damascus as capital. By the same reasons as the Romans, they started to expand its borders and reached Cordoba. And they liked it here so much that in the year 716 they made Cordoba the capital of Emirate province Al-Andalusia. 300 years after, this emirate became independent Spanish Caliphate. The Arabs had not to start from the very beginning. They had rebuilt Roman temples in mosques, repaired the bridge over Guadalquivir, fortified the city walls, fitted the water supply by means of the huge water mill, made all the streets paved again, and installed the street lighting. They had built palaces and houses, and yes, with patio, which became the real trend in the Arabian architecture. Naturally, by their origin, they were nomads. Their forefathers spent all their lives in the desert, in caravans, in the open air, surrounded by sand. And as we all know that the DNA is something invincible, the settled Bedouins built their houses so that the most of their time they were spending in the open air. They ate, drank, slept, received visitors on the patio. Besides, they fall into a trance seeing water and green plants. Patio with a pool, garden, park were symbols of status, the subjects of luxury. Those were very comprehensive people. In agriculture, they had improved their irrigation. Also, they started cultivation of rice, figs, almonds, pomegranates, oranges, and cotton. They perfected the existing metallurgical and pottery industries and produced consumer goods which looked like pieces of art. They also developed the new industries. By processing cotton, for example, they were producing fabrics and paper. The very first paper in Europe was made in Cordoba from cotton. It was a well-educated nation. Among them, there were outstanding medics, mathematicians. Algebra has Arabic roots. Chemists. The modern perfumery owes them its origin. There was a university in Cordoba and a giant, for that time, library with extraordinary collection of ancient Greek texts in the original and translated in Arabic. Thanks to it, the works of Aristotle had reached our days. They were damned good in poetry, calligraphy, decorative arts, their famous arabesques. But first and foremost, they were commercials, with exclusive connections in the Far East through the Great Silky Way. And then the trade and prosperity were not possible without the Jews. By one simple reason: finances. Long before the banking business, it had been the Jewish business. In every respectable city there was a Jewish quarter. In that time, the commercial routes were absolutely not safe, and to step on these routes with the bags full of money was absolutely madness. Besides, in every country and even city, they used their own currency. That is why a merchant went to a Jew in the point of departure, deposited a certain amount of money, and got a discount bill in return. In the point of destination, the merchant went to the local Jew and exchanged his bill into the local currency. Merchants could buy their merchandise, and Jews could make their living with the percentage for their service. And more. Because of this activity, the Jews always possessed a certain capital, and they were able to lend money to local authorities. And again, they calculated fee for their service. And so did they live in the Caliphate. What happened then, I'll tell you next time. Waidan and Shalom.